One of the hardest conversations that we have with Parkinson's isn't about meds or symptoms or even exercise. It's about driving. When is it the time to stop? How do you know when the risk is too high? Nobody ever tells you exactly. But today, I'm going to share the 5 biggest warning signs it might be time to give up the keys. And stick with me until the end, because not only will I share the changes that I personally noticed in my own driving, but we're adding something brand new to the podcast, a surprise segment that we've never done before. And you, trust me, you do not want to miss it.
Welcome to Living with Parkinson's. The good, the bad, and the reality. Real talk, real life, real community with Bryce Perry. Let's begin.
Hey, friends, I'm Bryce, and this is Living with Parkinson's, the good, the bad, and the reality. Now, I was diagnosed with Parkinson's back in 2010 when I was just 40 years old. So when I talk about symptoms and the pain and even things like driving, I'm not reading from a brochure. I'm living it every single day, just like you. If you've been here before, thank you. This community means the world to me. And if you're brand new, welcome. This is a place where we keep it real. The laughs, the frustrations, and the little wins that get us through. And if you're sitting there wondering if it's getting close to your time to giving up driving, or maybe you've already had to stop, well, stay with me, because I'm going to give you not just the 5 warning signs, but also some practical tips to help you deal with that transition. So, if that sounds like the kind of support you need, hit subscribe right now if you haven't already, because none of us should have to figure out Parkinson's on our own. Okay, now let's get into this. The first warning sign that it might be time to give up driving is slowed reaction times, right? With Parkinson's, hesitation sneaks in where it didn't used to be. You see a yellow light, and instead of instantly deciding to stop or go, you freeze for a beat. Or you come up to a stop sign and your foot takes that extra second to hit the brake. On the road, those little delays can mean everything. Now, I've even caught myself hesitating more than I used to, even at simple green lights. And I'll admit, sometimes Carmen will say, "Hey, Bryce, are you waiting for an invitation?" If you're noticing the same thing, drop a comment below. Your story might help somebody else who's going through it too. And it also helps me know that I'm not alone in this. Now, if reaction time is one part of it, the second warning sign is even bigger, and that's coordination. Just handling the car itself, turning the wheel, staying in your lane, even parking. Now, for me, I still drive and I drive at night, but I notice I move a lot slower, and so does the car. And when I park, my depth perception, it isn't what it once was. It's not even a little bit of what it once was. The other day, I thought I nailed a perfect parking spot, straight, perfect between the yellow lines, right? Carmen looks out the window and she's like, "Bryce, you are 2 feet into the next space." Now, if you ever had your co-pilot call you out, let me know in the comments so I know that I'm not alone in this. And then that way too, or if you haven't, if I don't get any comments, then I can give her some what. But I just don't like being alone, do I? Anyway, give this video a like if you ever had one of those oops parking moments. Please do. Anyway, another red flag is getting lost or disoriented. Now that's number 3. You're driving somewhere you've been 100 times, and suddenly you second guess where you're going. Now that's unsettling. I remember pulling into a grocery store lot once and then completely forgetting why I was there. I laughed later, but if it happens on the road, it can be very dangerous, right? So brain fog and cognitive changes can sneak into your driving. Have you ever had that happen? If you have, please share it below, because I know there's a lot of people that struggle with this, and your comment could really help someone else feel normal about it. Now, the fourth warning sign. The fourth warning sign is close calls and mistakes. Now, maybe it's clipping a curb or drifting out of your lane or rolling through a stop sign. You swear that wasn't there, right? But we've all had those oops moments. I had one recently. I clipped the curb. Please don't tell Carmen. I would, if she saw that, I would try to joke, like, "Don't worry, the curb zigged, when it should have zagged," and whatever. She probably wouldn't laugh, but it reminds me that these little things, they add up, right? And here's the truth. If you're noticing more close calls, it's just not bad luck. It's a warning light flashing on your dashboard. And I don't want to be the one to tell you, but I will be. And finally, number 5, what other people notice. Now, sometimes family and friends see things before we do. If your spouse, your kids, or even your buddies say, maybe you shouldn't be driving as much, that's worth listening to. That doesn't mean they're attacking you. It means that they care. And if you're watching this as a care partner, let me know in the comments. Have you ever had to have that conversation? I'd love to hear how you handled it because many care partners have to handle and have the same conversations. And guess what? That brings us to the surprise I teased earlier. We're going to start something new here, and it's called the Carmen Care Partner Corner. Carmen's my wife and my care partner. Wife first, care partner second. Now, it's a quick reflection for care partners, right? Because I know so many of you watch these videos too. Now, here's what Carmen wanted me to share today. If it's time to talk about driving, don't dance around it. Be clear, be firm, and be kind. No, she always says, giving up the keys isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's about safety, not pride. And if I'm worried about your driving, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you straight because I love you too much not to. Now, that's Carmen. She negotiates for a living, right? So she doesn't mince words. Her advice for care partners is this: lead with love, but don't tiptoe. If you come at it with honesty and heart, the message will land and they'll know it came from a place of love. Now, that's pretty tough. But thanks, Carmen. I appreciate those. And we're gonna do this from a care partners corner every episode. And if you like that, say it in the comments. Let me know that was good. You appreciate it, and you like those little segments that we're gonna have. But before we go any further, let's talk for a moment about the science behind all of this. Okay, Parkinson's affects dopamine, right? We know this, and dopamine isn't just about movement, and hopefully you know that by now as well if you've been following the podcast. Now, it also plays a role in processing speed, spatial awareness, and multitasking. Dopamine, did you know that? That's why reaction times slow down and why judgment feels a little off. Now, you add in fatigue, stress, and meds wearing off, and suddenly driving becomes a whole different challenge. But here's the hopeful part. Researchers are making progress on cognitive treatments and even technology like assisted driving systems and down the road self-driving cars. So while it's hard now, the future looks brighter. And if you believe that's good news, hit the share button and let someone else know that, hey, there could be hope about driving again or not losing it or not having to give it up. But in the meantime, let's get practical. What do you do if it's time to stop driving? Okay, here's some tips. First, don't wait until it's an emergency. Keep a little journal of your driving experiences. And if you notice more close calls or hesitations, write them down. And that way, when it's time to talk to your doctor or your family, you've got real examples. Okay. Second, plan for alternatives. This is huge. Think about ride shares, community shuttles, or even carpools through your local Parkinson's groups. Losing the keys doesn't mean losing independence. It just means reshaping it. Third, for care partners, don't bring this up mid-drive. That's a recipe for disaster. Do it calmly at home with love and patience. Carmen's told me more than once, if I have to talk to you about something serious, I'm not doing it while you've got the wheel in your hands. And she's right. Fourth, for those of us living with Parkinson's, reframe it. Instead of thinking I'm losing independence, think I'm choosing safety. That mental shift makes a world of difference. And finally, stay social. Sometimes giving up the keys, it feels like isolation. But this is where friends, family, community, the inner circle, if you're in it, that's where they come in. So if you're watching this and you've already stopped driving, share in the comments how you stay connected. That advice might change someone's life. Okay, here's today's Bryce-ism for those of us living with Parkinson's. With Parkinson's, giving up the keys doesn't take away your independence. It proves your strength to protect it. And guess what? You made it this far, you get a bonus Bryce-ism. And this one's for the care partners. If you're the one having the driving talk, remember this. You don't need to wrestle the keys out of their hands. Just remind them the car insurance will probably do it for you. There you go. Now I want to hear from you. Have you noticed any of these warning signs in your own driving or maybe in a loved one? Drop your story in the comments. And remember, I read everyone and I reply to everyone. And a lot of people read the comments. So your words might help somebody else. And if you found this helpful, please hit that button, that like button, so YouTube knows to share it with others who might need it. And one last time, if you want to go deeper and where we can actually talk about these tough things, like in real time, like back and forth and have a talk about it, check out the Inner Circle. We meet live once a month and the conversation goes on every day in between. My phone's always lighting up as people are making comments and talking about things and helping each other. The link is in the description below. I promise you, you'll love it. And we'd love to see you there. You know where we are. Until next time, you keep showing up, you keep being real, and you keep doing life today.